Hello everyone, welcome you all to Eternal IAS, and in today's lecture series we are going to start the another 5 set of questions for prelims, and then we are going to see how these questions are very much important from the current affairs point of view. You can all check your knowledge with these 5 set of questions, that how much you know from the current affairs perspective for the upcoming prelims exam, because all of these 5 questions can be like very much important, right? So let us start with that. Like the first question here is square kilometers array observatory. So this topic was in news because recently another eye in sky on ground. India is now part of world's largest radio telescope projects, right? Because we have developed the square kilometer array observatory from the 1990s. Now we have completed that. That's why India has joined this SKAO as the full-time member, right? India has joined SKAO as the full-time member. That's why this topic was in news. See, SKAO is what? It is basically an intergovernmental organization that aims to build and operate cutting-edge radio telescope. And the headquarters for SKAO is located in UK, United Kingdom, right? India, India through its Pune-based National Center for Radio Astrophysics, they are going to do this. And the primary contribution of India to this, that they are going to develop the neural network or software that controls the entire telescope operation, right? So SKO, this observatory will be in inhabited parts of India and China. No, it will have a total collecting area of approximately 1 square kilometer. Correct. The USA is not a member. Wrong. So only one statement is right here. That is statement number second. Other statements are totally wrong. Okay, this was the first question. Moving on to the second question, again very important because recently Reserve Bank of India has tightened their monetary policy. You can see here, investors need to have a balanced approach this year because monetary policy has kept the interest rate stable so that investments can be fostered. So here, if RBI has tightened their policy, they have tightened their monetary policy, which they releases every you can say every 4 months. So what does this mean, right? If RBI has tightened their forward policy, so what does this actually means? Tighten their policy for their monetary policy, like they are going to control their operations. So if an increase in the bank rate has been seen, that means RBI monetary policy is being tightened, right? The cost of borrowing by the commercial banks is there. So what happens if inflation is too high? Tightening monetary policy will help to bring the inflation back towards the target. Okay, so interest rates are increased by the central bank. They are increasing the interest rate, and inflation is rising rapidly. And in this, reserve requirements of banks are raised and government securities are sold. So this is the important thing. Credit card payments become expensive, fixed deposit becomes less attractive, and real estate demands reduces. All these three statements are written correct. So on the consumers, this can be the possible effects of tightening of monetary policy by RBI, which RBI releases. Okay, then this is the second question. Moving on to the third question, which is very, very important about the free movement regime. So recently, government has planned to end the free movement regime along the international border with Myanmar. This topic has recently been in news and it's a very, very important topic. And let me tell you very much important facts about this statement of free movement regime. Free movement regime is basically what? Free movement regime, that is an agreement between India and Myanmar. So understand this thing. Much of the India's northeast region was under the Burmese occupation until the Treaty of Yendabu, 1826. Right? This Treaty of Yendabu is presently establishing India-Myanmar boundary. Right? And free movement regime was established in 2018 as a part of India's Act East policy, which promotes the cross-border movement up to 16 kilometers on either side without a visa. Like the individuals who are residing on a border need a 1 year border pass for staying up to 2 weeks in the neighboring country so that the local trade, access to education, healthcare, diplomatic ties, residents can be reduced, like it can be improved. But when this free movement regime has implemented, infiltration has increased, drug trafficking, arms smuggling, insurgency activities, a cultural impact, these has increased. So recently government has thought that they are going to review this and they are going to end this whole scene. So that's why India is suspending the free movement regime with Myanmar, which has already been started in 2018. Now they are planning to end this whole scene, right? Because India shares a very much amount of border, 1643-kilometer border with Myanmar, right? And this border passes through states of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, right? And now they are planning to end this. So you can see first statement is totally correct. It allows people residing close to the India-Myanmar border, they can freely travel. And a person needs to obtain a visa from the concerned authority every time he or she crosses the border under this regime, and they can keep that up to 2 weeks only. BSF is guarding the IMB? No. BSF is not guarding. Assam Rifles is guarding the India-Myanmar border. Right. Whereas the BSF, which is a CAPF force, it is bordering the area of India and Bangladesh. Along the borders of India and Bangladesh, BSF is guarding. Like, right? CAPF forces are there in India. There are how many CAPF forces are there in India? There are total 5 CAPF forces, or like CRPF, CISF, BSF, ITBP, SSB, Assam Rifles. Six, you can say. These all are CAPF forces, Central Armed Police Forces, which works under the function of MHA, not Defense Ministry. Okay, these are the factual information which you need to keep in your mind. Okay, then moving on to the next question here. Which all are the 5 countries of BRICS? Because recently BRICS is welcoming 5 other countries into that. 5 other countries has been joined into the BRICS. So BRICS, you all know, BRICS X has been expanded. BRICS stand for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. But recently, 5 countries has been already included with effect from 1st January 2024. What are those 5 countries? Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAE. You can see all are the majorly Gulf countries, right? These 5 has been included. So first statement is wrong. Why? Because South Korea and Iraq are not the part. Second statement is wrong because Italy is not a part, Argentina is not a part, Turkey is not a part. These are the G20 country, not they are the BRICS country. Whereas third statement is right, right? Whereas fourth statement, Nigeria and Mexico are not the part. That's why all these C is the correct answer. So that's how BRICS is going to be important for the examination, right? BRICS, these countries have joined. Write down the name of these countries. Originally 5, then these are all are included. Presently, these are the member states. Okay. First summit of BRICS has been held in 2009, whereas South Africa joined this whole complete block a year later. whereas Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, they have joined on 1st January 2024, and combiningly the BRICS member encompass the 30% of the world's population, world's land surface, and 45% of the global population. Right? They are considered as the rival to G7 group, and they have also started an initiative of New Development Bank (NDB) in the Brasilia Declaration. Happened in 2014. Again, important fact. Right? BRICS has received both praise and criticism from various commentators, critics, etc. So BRICS is also very important from the current affairs point of view, and you can find definitely one or the other question from the BRICS topic. So try to remember these points, okay? Moving on to the last question of the series, and this question is about the Smart 2.0 recently seen in news. You can see here Smart 2.0 has recently been launched for Ayurveda teaching professionals, so that the Ayurveda research priority related to malnutrition, insufficient lactation, osteoporosis, and other ailments can be done. And the Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Science has started this SMART. What is the full form of SMART? SMART full form is Scope for Mainstreaming Ayurveda Research, okay, among teaching professionals. So these are the important facts you can see here. So amongst these, you can see the third option is the correct. It is a program to promote robust clinical studies in the priority areas of Ayurveda, whereas all the other three statements are totally wrong. So SMART 2.0, you can remember and you should remember, it is a collaborative effort to advance research in the Ayurveda, focusing on priority areas and involving academic institutions in conducting the clinical studies to generate the robust evidence and efficacy for the Ayurvedic interventions. Clear? Right, everyone? So these are the 5 set of questions going to be very much important from the prelims. And by these multiple questions, we have done more than, like, you can say, if I am not wrong, we have done till date, I am talking, we have done around 130, 140 questions. So if you are practicing these questions, if you can daily devote 5-10 minutes for this, you can surely going to fetch good marks in the examination. So do these points, complete these. I will meet you on the next lecture with another set of 5 questions. Till then, take care. Thank you. Jai Hind.